right. And when in doubt, what do? You go get it to the guy from Billings, Montana, right? And that's Rayquan Evans, who joins us this morning from Tallahassee. Welcome back to the show. Good to see you. Congratulations on the other night. That was all you needed, wasn't it? I mean, little tight fit, little ACC basketball. That's old hat for Coach Ham over there at the bench, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it was a really great game. It was a great rivalry, and that's kind of one of those moments. It's kind of hard to explain. You kind of had to be there to, fully understand. But that was a good team win. It was a good win for Coach Ham as well.
All right, Rayquan, Mark and I sat here yesterday, and we started kind of documenting, how this game worked. I mean, come down the floor, Malik tees up that huge three. You guys are in front. Miami comes down the floor. Next thing you know, Jordan Miller's got it underneath the basket. He got his own rebound. He finds Charlie Moore in the corner. He bangs at three. And then all of a sudden, what happens?
Yeah, it was a big turn of events. It happened quick, with Malik hitting that big shot. I kind of assumed that we were in the clear and we were going to be good. But then, we gave up that rebound, and Charlie Moore is a great player, and he just hit a very tough shot. And the play actually was designed to run for Anthony. So we were trying to get Anthony the ball, and then, obviously the gap opened, and I just took it and ended up hitting the 2 free throws.
Piece of cake, right?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
By the way, the unis, man, we got to talk about the unis because this relates. This hits home for you too, and a lot of folks, I'm sure, turned on the game. Maybe they didn't pay attention, going, "That's not Florida State."
My mom did. My mom sent me a text, wanted to know why Florida State was in blue, and I told her it's the uniforms, Rayquan, that honor the Seminole tribe, right, and the relationship between the school and the university, right?
Yep. It's the collaboration with N7, and N7 is an organization that's been working with Nike for years. So those are personally my favorite jerseys, just because of how much they mean to me and my family back home. So I really love playing in those jerseys.
And that's a personal thing, as you mentioned, which is really kind of cool. The whole story is cool. And I know there's a lot of folks that didn't understand it or didn't understand the connection. But as you said, it hit home for you. You've gone through some tough times from a family perspective, and you hit the road, and the folks at Purdue with one of the coolest touches of class that I've seen in a long, long time. If you don't mind, if it's not too difficult, kind of tell folks what happened there, because it's a great story. I mean, we get into wins and losses and all that stuff, but this is really what it's all about.
Yeah. So obviously I was home, I had to attend my brother's funeral, and I got a message from some of my guys on the team, and they told me that Purdue had reached out and wrote a condolence letter from, a couple of members of their student section. So when I came back, I got to read it, and it was just a very sincere, to the point apology, and the condolences were sent, and a couple members of the student section signed it. And it just meant a lot to me. I think that's something I needed, especially from the basketball world, because the basketball world is so competitive. But for them to take the time, to go out of their way to write that during a big game like that really meant a lot to me. And, I'll forever be favorable of the Purdue student section and those people who took the time to do that.
The people that have touched you postscript of this, Rayquan, I know it means a lot, but it also sparks a reminder, I think, to a lot of us that follow the ACC of how close teams get. And I know that Coach Ham and CY and all these guys from the administrative side, but it's your teammates too, right? I mean, those guys have done everything they can to comfort you and get you through this, right?
Yeah, of course. I give a lot of credit to my team to be in the position that I am right now, because with my brother passing, I heard it when we were on the road, when we played in the, I believe it was the Jacksonville Classic, and they were there with me the entire time. They were by my side. They continued to encourage me and talk to me and just be there for me. So a lot of credit goes to those guys, but I'm just thankful to be a part of this team and to have teammates that I consider my brothers, because they were there for me when I needed it the most.
Yeah, Rick, I would also think too, and if this is too personal, you don't have to answer it. You get in a situation like the Miami game the other night, and you want to win. There's no doubt. Everybody in the building wants to win the game. it probably puts you at ease too, does it not? I mean, yeah, it's competitive. You're playing against a really good team, but with what you have gone through personally here in recent memory, it keeps things in perspective, doesn't it? In terms of, hey, I've got a great opportunity to get a great education. I got great teammates. The fact that another team that's not even in the league can relate to what you've gone through and reaches out to you. You know, making the shot, making the 2 free throws. Yeah, that's great. It's awesome. We want to win the game. But big picture, it does put things totally in perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does. You know, my brother, I wish everyone could have met my older brother. You know, he was a
Mm.
really good guy. He was an example of a man that I'm striving to be. And with him passing, you know, it really opened my eyes that, you know, the things that we may worry about aren't as serious. You know, we got to count our blessings daily. Like, I get to attend school and get an
Mm.
education. I get to play this game of basketball that many dream that they can do. So it kept
Mm.
things in perspective. You know, going into that moment, I was very calm. I know I called my mom immediately after the game and I told her that, you know, my brother was with me during that moment and, you know, I was just really at peace. And thankfully we won. I'm glad we won because I would have been heartbroken if we did lose. But no, it really just keeps things in perspective. You know, it keeps my main focus on, you know, my health, my relationships with my teammates and the important things in life.
Well, and you mentioned the value of the jersey and the relationship. You grew up in a member of the Crow tribe and the Greasy Mouth clan and things like that in Montana. I think the tie is incredibly unique, but the fact that you spent time on that reservation, I think as a kid, and now here you are playing for a team that values the relationship with the Seminole tribe as much as Florida State does. I just think it's one of the more unique connections we have in all of college athletics, Rayquan.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And, you know, I don't think I'm here just for a coincidence.
Mm.
A lot of my teammates and my coaching staff will ask about my Native American culture and things like that. But it's just really cool to represent the school, represent what it's about. This is the first program I've ever heard of that, you know, takes the time to, you know, how am I going to say this? They take the time to give their focus and
Mm.
appreciation to, you know, the tribes all over the world. So it's just a great feeling to throw on those jerseys as well.
You know, as far as your team goes, we
Mhm.
had Coach on a couple weeks ago. He said, you know what? We got a lot of talent, but we're awfully young.
Mm.
And these young guys are starting to figure it out. And, you know, when we watch you guys week after week now, we can kind of see it from afar.
Yeah.
What do you see with the front row seat in terms of this young team starting to figure it out at Florida State?
Yeah, I love this group of guys. You know, coming in, it's like any new guys that you know you adopt to your family. It's hard for them to adjust because they're away from home for the first time. You know,
Yeah.
they're coming into an organization where you have to share playing time, you have to play defense the entire time, all out effort the entire time, trust your teammate the entire time. So it's a whole new culture, and for them to be able to pick it up as quick as they have been, you can tell it's really starting to click. And we, you know, us older guys, we try to stay in their ears as much as possible because, you know, with them being young, they can get discouraged, they can lose confidence and things like that. But I mean, they're coming along just fine, and we really need them, and they're the key to, you know, how far we go this season.
And to no surprise, you play a ton of guys. I mean,
Yeah,
you guys, it's like a few years ago, I said on the air doing one of your games, it's like a line change in hockey, right? Time for the
yeah.
penalty kill lineup, time for the power play. Where's that comfort level now, though? Because I sense that when Coach Hamilton talked about, getting back to health and getting guys, kind of acclimated, the younger guys, well, Florida State's at its best when everybody understands when the line's going to change, if you know what I mean. You sense that that's happened now?
Yeah, it has. That's another adjustment the younger guys have to make because they're coming from programs where they're the man and, you know, they play the entire game and the ball goes to them and the offense and defense is relied on them. So I think that's something that they're really buying into and then that they're trusting because, you know, the point of it is to play as hard as you can and then your teammate is going to come back you up and they're going to play as hard as you can. So for them to kind of have that click in their mind, you know, they're giving them more out efforts. That's why you see Cameron Fletcher playing the way he has been, Jalen Worley. You know, I can just go down the line and they're really
Mm-hmm.
starting to figure it out.
You know, we have seen a couple instances already. Clemson wins on the road at Virginia. Virginia returns the favor, goes to Little John, gets the W. Last night, NC State lost the first go-around at home to Louisville. They go on the road. They take care of business. This weekend, you get Syracuse. You guys never lose at home, the ACC teams, but you lost to Syracuse. I'm sensing you hope that trend continues this weekend.
No, yeah, we definitely need this win. I was talking to the guys about it. Me and Malik actually watched film yesterday, and we just couldn't believe that, the mental mistakes that we made. That's really what it came down to. And we're very excited for this game. We just came off of 2 big wins, but I keep telling everyone that, that doesn't matter. We're supposed to win at home, but the game on the roads are really important. So I'm looking forward to this game. I know my team is, the coaching staff is, and we 0-1 to Syracuse. They beat us on our home court, so this is gonna be a fun game and a good game.
All right, and let's be honest too, Rayquan. Your value to the team on a trip to Syracuse probably is more important because you can let somebody know, hey, dude, that coat ain't gonna work on the trip to Syracuse. I'm from Billings, Montana, and that coat ain't cutting it. The windbreaker, the sweatshirt, the whatever, that ain't gonna cut it when we get to Central New York, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's a fact because I'm looking forward to it. When we were down and playing against Wake Forest, it actually snowed, and I got pretty excited because I haven't got to see the snow in a long time. So I know some of my teammates look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm definitely going to give them a few tips about the weather.
Yeah, I tell you what, when you get off the plane in New York with short sleeves on, they're going to think Rayquan has lost his mind. But you're like, no, man, that's that Montana blood, brother. That's how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
What's cold then, Rayquan? Just so we can get a scale here. What's cold for you?
Roughly, if it's in the anywhere from 10 degrees to like negative, because Montana, it gets very cold early and it's always in the negative, so I'm used to that. But lately, when it's been like the 40s and 50s, it's not that bad.
Let me tell you something, Rayquan. When it's from 10 to negative. I use a descriptive term before I get to the word cold.
Hey, by the way, we appreciate your time. Congratulations on the win the other night. We're looking forward to watching you guys kind of keep it going. And Saturday's the next stop on that ride. And tell Coach Hamilton, I know we got Coach Hamilton always says he needs to be on the show more. So today when you get to practice, you can tell him you took his spot.
And more importantly, hey, we're sorry for your loss.
Yep,
but,
absolutely.
He's in a better spot and he's watching you, my man. So keep up the great work.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. I really appreciate that.
Yep. Rayquan Evans of Florida State. Good luck. Appreciate the time.
Yep, thank you.
All right.
Good dude right there.
Yeah, unbelievable kid.